Hi, this is Brandon Spilley from thirstgym.com. Today we're going to talk about an exercise called the leg lift plank. This is a great plank variation you can put in your training programs. It's definitely a little bit more of an advanced option, but it's definitely one that can mix things up if you're looking to program some planks and some abdominal work and mix things up a little bit. I really like this variation just for the fact that we can put some spin on the regular plank, but we can also work on some anti-rotation as well, as we'll demonstrate here in a moment. So you're obviously going to need some space, some area of ground to be able to be on, and I would also make sure that your client or your athlete has the standard plank mastered so they understand how to get in and out of posterior and anterior pelvic tilt. Once they can do that and keep everything stacked, I think you're kind of good there. Otherwise, you might want to continue to work on that and maybe some other dead bug variations to learn how to cue that, and then you can go into your plank variation if you so desire. And we'll talk about some of the common pitfalls we see, which is the plank in general as well. So what we want is we're going to get in our standard plank position. I personally like palms down. I feel like this just works better in terms of sensing the ground. But you know, whatever you prefer. And then once we get in our plank position here, we want to make sure that our butt's not sticking out. Right? We want to get that posterior pelvic tilt. So from here to here. Okay, it's going to keep the rib cage and the pelvis stacked. That's going to give us some more abdominal work. It's also going to make it more challenging. This is usually where most athletes and clients want to be, and we don't want to be there because really we're just kind of compensating from a good quality movement standpoint. So we're going to dig our toes in. We're going to be in a good quality, find that arch to get away, bring it forward. There's our regular plank. Okay, now what we're going to do from this position is we're going to take one leg and we're just going to lift it up basically with a glute contraction. So we're going to get good and long, lift, and then come back. And then we're just going to alternate back and forth until we get the desired number of reps. You can tell I'm starting to cheat there a little bit. And again, we want to make sure posterior tilt stays here. You can feel my abdominals working really hard. Good quality glute squeeze while we keep that posterior tilt. And again, it's not going to be a very big march. But most of your athletes are going to do, when they do their standard plank, they're going to look like either this or this. Okay, so we want to get rid of that, pull that pelvis down. Okay, and then when they go to step, if they get the tilt part down, you're probably going to find they try to crank their extension in their low back. So they'll get that here, and then they're going to try to do this. Okay, we don't want to do that. Keep it tilted down, good long, little glute squeeze, back and forth. Definitely more challenging than it looks. What I would recommend, I prefer to program these for reps on each leg. So, I might say 5 per leg, 6 per leg, something like that. But by all means, you could certainly program this for time as well, 10, 15, 20 seconds, and just alternate your legs back and forth until the time is done. That's really up to you. But what I've found is that doing them per leg has one big pitfall, and that's people will try to do them as fast as they can to get done as fast as they can. So kind of know your client and who you're working with and how you might program it, because then you can kind of steer them away from that if they happen to be one of those athletes. So again, I really like this from anywhere from about 5 to 8 per side. 10 is definitely doable for some of your more advanced athletes, but I think when you're really being strict here, I think 5 to 8 is a good place to be. And if you're going to do this for time, like I said, 10 to 20 seconds is probably really all it takes. And I think you'll find that's a really good option. And like we mentioned, when you raise that one leg, you're going to get some of the anti-rotation component, because as you raise, your body's going to want to tilt to compensate, and raise our abdominals to make sure everything's good flat, posterior tilt, and we're not tilting away from that leg that's coming up. So if you have any questions, feel free in the comment section. Thanks. Have a great day.